Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Canelo Alvarez has responded to Turki Alalshikh and Terence Crawford. Now, we know that that's the fight that Terence Crawford wanted. That's the fight that Turki Alalshikh wanted to make. And as I mentioned before, I never thought that fight would happen. And the reason why I never thought that fight would happen was threefold. Number one, I always felt that Terence Crawford was too small to fight Canelo Alvarez. And we got a taste of that this past weekend. Terence Crawford won that fight. I don't care what anybody else says. Crawford won that fight. It was clear to me. I'm not saying that it wasn't close, but it was definitely clear that Terence Crawford won that fight in my estimation. But we saw a level of hesitancy in Terence Crawford that we didn't see at 147. Why was that? That was because Israel Madrimov more than likely was the strongest opponent he's ever been in the ring with. And so when you're in the ring with an opponent that strong, that has KO power in both hands, you're going to be more hesitant. Terence Crawford is a truly gifted offensive fighter. And because of that, it leads to defense because his opponents are scared to throw against him in fear of what might come back. He's an excellent counterpuncher. But in situations where you don't have the power advantage, there's an opportunity as you're trying to counter to be countered. And therefore, you're going to be more hesitant to throw punches. We saw it against Israel Madrimov. And you can say it had to do with all the feints and the footwork of Israel Madrimov. Israel Madrimov was a fighter with 11 fights as a professional. And we know that although you can have all the amateur experience in the world, the professional ranks are different. Canelo Alvarez is a different fighter than Israel Madrimov, but he's also a better fighter. And with the power of Canelo Alvarez and the speed and the timing, he's going to make Terence Crawford more hesitant, just like he made Mel more hesitant. Now, I'm not saying he's going to perform like Mel, but he's not going to be throwing like he was throwing against some of those guys at 147. The second reason I thought this fight would never happen is because at the end of the day, what does Canelo Alvarez stand to gain from beating Terence Crawford? If he beats him, you're going to say he was too small. I know I'm going to say that. And if he loses, then he was never that good to begin with. So it's a lose-lose for Canelo, which leads to my third point. In order for Canelo to take that kind of fight where there's no upside, win or lose, he has to win a lot of money. He has to earn a lot of money in that particular fight. It's just that simple. And the reason why I thought that was a hindrance to the fight, because you guys may feel that Turki Alalshikh has limitless resources, but clearly he doesn't. He's made it clear in his posturing to media that he does not plan to overpay for Canelo Alvarez. He's made it clear in some of his tweets that he has not spent the amount of money that many feel he spent over the last, let's call it 2-3 fights. So clearly the resources aren't unlimited. Well, I want to play this video quickly from Canelo Alvarez so you guys can hear his response to the potential to fight Terence Crawford. He actually disses Terence Crawford in this, and then he tells you what his demands are. Check it out.
He was saying your name a lot all week. I was out there
because he want to sell the fight. If they don't talk about me, they don't sell it.
Ooh, because they want to sell the fight. They've been talking about me all week because they want to sell the fight. They don't talk about me. They can't sell the fight. Ooh, that is a diss.
Look at a fight with Crawford? Because in the past you told me no.
If the money is right,
Money's got to be big.
I don't like fighters one round.
Do you want to say 168 or look at 175? All right, big fight, September 14th. Watch it on ppv.com. Canelo Alvarez going for more history.
Thank you.
Shoot a quick picture.
Canelo, Johnny Boy Boxing.
Oh man. Now while he's doing that,
Canelo, Johnny Boy Boxing, Fight Hype. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him?
If the money is right, I mean,
$100 million. I heard Turkey offered you a big money already.
150.
100.
Canelo Alvarez at 150. 150 million. He ain't playing either. Canelo Alvarez isn't playing. He fully expects to get that money. I told you guys. All that posturing by Turki Alalshikh talking about, hey, I've made him an offer. If he's smart, he'll take it. That's not going to work against fighters that can earn money outside of Riyadh season, man. That's not going to work. For the fighters that don't earn big purses already, that will work. You can offer them their biggest payday. They come. And Canelo Alvarez, that's not going to work. All you're doing, one thing I can say about Canelo Alvarez, he's proud. He's a proud dude. You're talking about you going to crush him through MMA. You're going to eat him. You're talking about you're going to pay him a reasonable amount. If he's smart, he'll take it. Canelo Alvarez is not going to respond favorably to that. Just like he doesn't necessarily respond favorably to disrespect. I'm not the biggest Canelo Alvarez fan, but I understand how he operates. So imagine this. He wants $150 million because there's no upside. Similarly, there was really not a big there's no upside for him for David Benavidez. If he fights David Benavidez, it's a tough fight. If he beats him, he beats him. If he loses to him, that's going to hurt his career. So you need to pay him. That's why he was asking for $100 million for David Benavidez. Terence Crawford, similarly, nothing there to gain from fighting Terence Crawford. Not unless you're going to offer him big dollars. So imagine this, $150 million for Canelo Alvarez. What you think Terence Crawford going to want? If Canelo getting 150, what Terence Crawford going to want? It was rumored that he got somewhere between 20 and 25 with Errol. It was rumored that he got 15 against Madrimov. What you think he going to want? So you think Turki Alalshikh going to put up $200 million for a fight that may do 800,000 views? Man, that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Right there, man. What you talking about? Yeah, that's not going to happen, man. That's not going to happen. My napkin man, I say that's not going to happen. So, look, it is what it is. He threw a little shot out there to Terence Crawford as well, talking about they can't promote the fight without mentioning his name. Obviously, with them, that was an indicator right there that Canelo feels disrespected. And with Canelo feeling disrespected, that fight is not happening. All you Terence Crawford fans, y'all might as well wrap that up. If he doesn't come with a $150, that fight is not going to happen. You can tell by his attitude, Canelo feels disrespected, and there's no gain in fighting Terence Crawford. You can get upset with me in the comment section all you want to. All I'm doing is giving you what the man said and then giving you my opinion. My thing is Terence Crawford should focus on 154. There's opportunities there. There's big fights there. He can still make a bunch of money there and become undisputed in the third weight class. That should be his focus. You guys tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast at AM Sports Media, and I am out. 150.